Hi friends. So today I'm going to tell you a small tip that supercharges your business operations using cloud. So if you're a business owner and you deal with a lot of firefighting while you're in business, for example, following up with customers, you are providing support to your customers, then you're going after your prospects, then you're also looking after maintenance, particularly if you're a SME business owner or maybe like a startup. So it's sometimes one man show or one man with a few very few support people. So this tip is going to supercharge your business operations, particularly if you are a SME or a startup company. So let me show you how. So let me switch to Claude first. So this is Claude desktop. Now all you have to do is connect your email to your Claude via the available connectors, and this connector is also available in your free plan. Can you see that free plan? So all you have to do is go to customize from the left side, and then you go in connectors, and connectors, then you look for Gmail. Can you see that? Click on Gmail on top and hit the connect button, and here it's going to ask you for some permissions to connect to Gmail. So I'm going to simply connect to one of my accounts and then hit the continue button, and that's it. And then I'm gonna go and say open Claude. Okay, so now it's giving me an option for Gmail. For example, always allow these actions and allow approval before Claude writes or deletes these emails. Okay, so which makes perfect sense because you don't want Claude to automatically send the emails. You want to review it first and then you want to send it. But Claude will do the background work for you as a co-worker. And you also on top you see the other connectors which are available, for example, Google Drive, Slack, Google Calendar, and so on. So let's explore this connector, the Gmail connector first. I think most of, as far as my knowledge goes, most of the startups or SMEs use Gmail for their email requirements. So I'm gonna show you the Gmail side of things, but I think this holds good for other email as well, for example, Microsoft email such as Outlook and so on. So anyway, once you are in Gmail, all you have to do is you have to come to the base page for Claude Chat, and here you've got to type this. So you have already typed in the background. So I've written something like this. Hey Claude, could you tell me how I can optimize my inbox, use any connect that would be helpful, and get started once you have gathered enough info? If it makes sense, create something we can look at together, like a visual, a checklist, or something interactive. Once you're done with that, hit the enter button, and you would see Claude will analyze your Gmail inbox and will help you organize things. So, this helps founders of startup companies or owners of SMEs to organize their email, which consumes a lot of their time during their working day. So, the top things that you may want to organize are the aspect of follow-ups in the form of sales, or a critical customer you want to give it a priority in the form of giving them prioritized support, and so on and so forth. But you want to avoid extra emails which clutters your inbox. So you want to organize them in separate folders so that as soon as you go to your inbox, you see the important emails and you don't look at the clutter out there. So you simply organize them into simple separate folders or create labels to organize them. So this is what it is suggested based on my own email box. Here it says action needed approximately 8 email, and then noise email. 60% of my email box contains noise, for example, from newsletters, from alerts, from promos, or from maybe junk emails, or maybe spam or bots, and so on. Then there are 1400 emails, and then the threads which are scanned as 50. So again, this comes from a website automatically. So 50 threads are scanned, and they would be a threat for my website security. So I simply want to organize this such that I have a look first at the action needed mails, and then I possibly look at the unread emails. But the last thing that I want to look at it was will be the noise emails. I may want to look at the threats as well, but I know what threat email comes on a daily basis. So I check them at the end of my day. No need to worry. I have a WAF or web application firewall on my website. So I usually don't see them quite often as I used to do it before WAF. So as you could see, this has organized your emails pretty well. And if you look at this, it has also given you certain other tips, top issues to fix. For example, good Paul system flooding inbox, which includes 10 automated emails from MFA codes, login alerts, new registration from your own site are landing in your inbox. These should be filtered or archived automatically. Likewise, LinkedIn outreach not being filtered, and the newsletters and digest going into inbox. So these are all noise sort of emails. You may want to remove them, or you may want to declutter your email box. As a business owner, this is very important because I want to generate sales and I want to generate revenue so that I can survive and then I can grow gradually with my team. So I think this is the top tip that SMEs or startups will find it extremely useful in their day to day business operations. So if we go on further, we'll see that quick action tips, which includes key three filters. So good pulse system, mail, skip inbox, LinkedIn jobs, you put a label to that, and then newsletters, you can read it later. You can put a sort of label to that, okay, or you can put a filter to that. Then add a support label. So for route, you can put a support label for routing customer messages from your site into one place as nothing falls through. Unsubscribe from 3 to 5 lists and do a weekly archive sweep. So these are the top quick action tips that Claude has suggested. In fact, a little while ago, I have already installed Claude, and just to demonstrate you, I have uninstalled the Gmail connector. So the volume of emails have considerably gone down versus what is presently shown to you. And that I have already organized. So this is a sort of volume that I get on a daily or couple of hours basis. So down below it has organized and it has given you certain tips and description of that. Here your inbox audit Kabir, the big picture out of 50 threads scanned, only 8 are real conversations, the rest is noise. The single biggest win would be filtering your Goodpal system emails like MFA codes, login alerts, new registration, and so on. They're also sent they're auto sent by your own site and are clogging your inbox with 10 threads that you never need to see. And after that, LinkedIn Recruiter Outreach and newsletters are the next culprits. Knocking those three out with filters should cut your inbox volume by more than half. So, as you could see, these are real challenges that a business owner faces as far as the business owner is a SME or a startup or a founder. So, this is a real issue that they faces on a day-to-day basis while working. And if you only focus on important emails, then it's something like you're focusing on the key areas of your business to churn more sales and revenue, and then ignore or park the ones that doesn't require your attention for later time read. So try it out in your Claude experience. How does it go? And comment it out in the comment section that how was your experience while trying the Gmail connector.